Why is it so important that 20 years on, the fight for justice must still continue?
Go on all day about that. First things first, terrible things happened on the day. The people who should have been held to account haven't been. So for the memory of those who got killed, and for the memory of those who survived, for all the injustice and suffering, that's the first thing. The fight should go on. I mean, you know, I'm glad to say no one's thrown their hand in on that one. It's also important by the fact that because justice hasn't been done, gaps in lessons that should have been learned have never been closed, and so you're still here as recently as what happened in the last week in Africa, of things going wrong. So if that's not a lesson for anybody, then they're not looking for lessons. As far as I'm concerned, it'd just be the worst shame in the world to go through something like that and then just let it go. You can't let your own community down.
If there was ever any positive that you could take out of such a horrific experience, what would it be?
I can't take a positive out of it, no chance. No chance. I can tell you, I've learned some things that people are closer to you than you think when you need them. I was made up with the reaction of my friends and family, and indeed the country as a whole. There was a lot of sympathy for us here, and it's comforting at a time when you needed to see that. But any positives, if you want to talk about, you know, Caesar Stadium and crowd safety and whatever, well, they should have been there anyway. I don't think we should have had to go through this to get to that. So I don't think I'll ever use the word positive in respect to Hillsborough. People might think it's hard to talk like this, and it is hard to talk like this, but it's worthwhile to talk like this, because the truth is so important. Now, by default, the media can save the truth, and have saved the truth, because if it was our word against the police, and only that, then we'd have lost the battle for the truth, never mind the battle for justice. Because the coverage of the day was on Grandstand, the match of the day, it's all there for anyone to see. And be sure any Liverpool supporter had done one thing a little bit wrong that day, it was caught on camera, he blasted all around the world. It's a typical example of what we were like. But all you can see when you watch the footage is a lack of action by people in uniform, and all the actions you can see for people who were doing good, the people who've escaped death themselves. I was shocked. I didn't see it coming that we wouldn't get justice after that. I thought with 50,000 witnesses in the stadium and millions of people watching it live, and then subsequently, and all the access that we've got to the media today and the way we can look at things, the last thing on my mind is someone would lie about something like that, let alone not give you a straight answer. Accidental death was the verdict. That's a disgrace. Couldn't have an open verdict with all the witnesses, so accidental was the best that he come up with. In my opinion, it was unlawful. Get the dictionary out and look up the word accidental, see if it relates to what happened to us that day, see if it relates to what happened in the second disaster of what happened at Hillsborough, which is not what happened on the day, but what the authorities in this country did was cover up what happened on the day. I've got no faith in this country about giving us justice, the legal system. There's too many vested interests and too many people worrying about setting precedents. Obviously they haven't been through something like we have. So I know there's been a case referred to the European Court of Human Rights, and they've timed it out. I mean, you know, sort of about giving you a no-win situation. So I've got no faith in this country giving us justice, no faith in Europe giving us justice. And who knows, one day I might get a pleasant surprise, but I'm not expecting it. But we haven't shut up, have we? People have said that if a disaster had happened to any other city other than Liverpool, then we wouldn't hear any more about it. And it hasn't been meant as a compliment when it was said, but it is a compliment. It means we haven't let our own people down. And so things like this feature, things like what people have written in all the time since, and will continue to write, and what they'll continue to say, and the continued campaign, continued publicity, means we might not get justice, but we can win the battle for the truth. How important is that? Can't think of anything more important.